Showtime. Hey everybody, welcome to the Busk After Dusk. Hi Heidi. I did have a wonderful week. Well, pretty wonderful in its own way. I hope you had a good one. I need to feed the good wolf tonight. A Native American grandfather found his grandson crying after school and discovered from the sobbing child that a playground bully had been cruel. Wished that I could hurt him, said the child. When I get big, that's what I'll do. That will make me sad, said grandfather. Then I'll know the dark wolf is taking you. There are two wolves. There are two wolves. And within each of these two wolves fight. One is hatred, rage and darkness. The other wolf is love and light. The old man put his arms around the child, said the thing you want is called revenge. When you try to hurt the one who's hurt you, you become a little more like them. The old man said, I know you are feeling. Being human, I have felt it too. The child looked into the ancient eyes then. He said, grandfather, tell me what to do. There are two wolves. There are two wolves. And within my heart these two wolves fight. One is hatred, rage and darkness. And the other wolf is love and light. The old man said, child, do not fear this battle. Though each wolf will make the other bleed, it is in your power to choose the victor. 'Cause the wolf that wins will be the wolf you feed. There are two wolves. There are two wolves, and within each of these two wolves find. One is hatred, rage and darkness. The other wolf is love and light. One is hatred, rage raging darkness. Other wolf is love and light. Yeah. Like I said, I gotta feed the good wolf tonight. The bad wolf is straining at the leash, man. So, hello, CB, Rotten Danny. Long time no see, brother. Dan's been kind of spending a lot of time at my house, helping us recover from the latest plumbing disaster that wiped out our family room. And you know, I've been kind of studying and watching, mostly just doing gopher stuff, you know, getting coffee and running the shop vac and holding screwdriver stuff. But I've been learning that, you know, I learned this week that I had all the wrong pliers. I didn't have the diagonals, you know, which I've learned there's a colloquial term for, which is politically incorrect. I didn't have the lineman pliers, you know. So anyway, I found this great deal today. I'm buying tools, man. This is not good for anyone. Anyway, I would show you a picture of the back room if I wasn't, you know, petrified of losing the video feed like the last time I tried something out of the ordinary. So I'll just describe it to you. There's studs. There's concrete on the floor. There's rafters. This after 5 days of work. Anyway, we're having a fine time. This song kind of occurred to me today. It's not an exact fit with what's going on, but it has the right sentiment, I think. Break a man, break a promise. Chris Christopherson. Break a heart, break a home. Take a long, hard look at heaven. Gone to hell under the gun. See the child, young and hungry, growing wild on the run, and he'll die reaching for freedom. He was born under the gun. Wrong heart. Swollen man, blind with power. Break the rules one by one, with their lies raising the danger of their games under the gun. time, no more chances, no more wars will be won. In the end, only the losers hold this land under the gun. Hold the truth like a candle. Let it shine like the sun on the love that's left to believe in a world under the gun. Hold the truth like a candle. Let it shine like the sun on the love we can still believe in a land under the gun. Break a man, break a promise, break a heart, break a home. Take a long, hard look at heaven, gone to hell under the gun. Chris Christopherson. A lot of thoughts and emotions came flooding in when I heard about the verdict today. And I got a text from a family member saying, "Thank God, not guilty on all counts, thank God." And I was preparing a response and I just let it go. I just let it go. I don't need to convince anybody of what I know in my heart, which is that no verdict was going to fix what was broken. No verdict was going to undo the damage and bring back the lives that were lost. And I started to wonder what it is about our country that produces men that feel so lost and powerless that they need to find their self-respect by walking through the streets with weapons in their hands. And so I pray for Kyle tonight and the families of the people he killed. And I pray for our country. This used to be a country where we cared for one another, tried to see the weary stranger as a sister or a brother. We're the strongest shouldered up the load, but those who weren't as strong thought they'd never turn their backs on this, but we were wrong. This used to be a land where bigotry would hug the shadows, hide its guys in bed sheets, would always lose the battles. When it reared its spittle-spewing face of twisted hate, we were not always good here, but our dreams couldn't make us great. Now their bitter laughter seems to tell another story, in which the aggrieved relieve themselves upon Old Glory, and a vengeful liar raises up a fisted glove. This used to be a country that I love. Sorry guys, I still do. Though I'm grieving, I ain't quitting. I ain't leaving. Whoa, back up. Whoa, back down. I will fight. This I vow. I will sing. I will shout. I will call hatred out. And when push comes to shove, I will stand up for love. Shining city, now the bulldozers are here, and it faces all the colors of the rainbow. You see fear, while the anger in God's eye is softened only by a tear that falls like a star from the sky. I will sing, I will shout, I will call hatred out. And when push comes to shove, I will stand up for love. I will stand, I will stand, I will stand. Raise up my hand. I will stand, I will stand, I will stand up for love. This used to be a country we could be proud of, my friends. I swear to God that it will be again. I pray to God that it will be again. So Marie says she can't hear me. Oh, you can hear you. All right, good. Had me worried. But I figured other people were commenting on the song, so I figured somebody must have been hearing me. Anyway. Marie, I don't know how any of this stuff works. I couldn't even print the set list tonight. By the way, I see Beth is online here. I think I broke the printer, babe. A simple paper jam, and I thought, well, I don't need to bother her with this. Let me just put a video up, and I'll do what the guy in the video does. And before long, I had several pieces out of the machine, and now it won't work at all. It's an old Billy Joel song. since I couldn't print up the lyrics, I'm going to try and see if I can have it on the screen in front of me. When you look into my eyes and you see the crazy gypsy in my soul, it always comes as a surprise when I feel my withered roots begin to grow. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own. That's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. When you touch my weary head and you tell me everything will be alright, say use my body for your bed and my love will keep you warm all through the night. Well, I'll never be a stranger and I'll never be alone. Wherever we're together, that's my home. Home can be the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Indiana's early morning dew, high up in the hills of California. Home is just another word for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I travel all my life and I never get to stop and settle down, long as I have you by my side, there's a roof above and good walls all around. We got most of that. You're my castle, you're my cabin, you're my instant pleasure dome. I need you in my house, 'cause you're my home. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own. But that's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. You're my home. So I was out running around picking up Romex 14.2 with a ground wire. Needed an extra 50 feet. And of course got pliers and took back a lot of the wrong stuff that I bought. Anyway, didn't really get to come up with a set list. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just go online and ask you guys what you want to hear tonight. What could go wrong? So if you have any, well, actually, I did put together a set list, but as you heard it, the printer ate it. So. Vicky never heard that song before. Isn't that great? Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I think it's on the Piano Man album, but it's back in that era of Billy Joel. Chased by the hawk, a morning dove crashed through the screen on our back porch, where it then flew circles until weary it fell down on the floor. I opened up the old screen door, thinking that dove would fly away, but it ignored my feeble gift. It simply stared the other way. Wild beat the wings, wild beat the heart, wild beat the things that tear us apart. My darling smiled at me and said, the poor thing's lost and terrified. She took that dove into her hands, carried it gently out to the sky. Wild beat the wings, wild beat the heart, wild beat the things that tear us apart. And as that bird took to the air, I couldn't help but recall if I too was unaware of open doors in my own prison walls. The first time she smiled at me, she said, we're each broken in our own ways. She took my love into her hands, letting me go, letting me stay. Wild beat the wings, wild beat the heart, wild beat the things that tear us apart. A younger man, I must confess, was once set free by her tenderness. So, he bangs into everything. Heidi was the first to check in tonight, and she said, "I hope you had a wonderful weekend," and I really did. One thing stands out. We have our meetings on Zoom. You know, the New Beginnings, Next Step meetings. The work we do with guys in prison, the incarcerated guys, has been held up because of the pandemic, but we continue to work via Zoom with returning citizens, guys that have come out of prison. And at our Tuesday night meeting, we had a new member check in. He was, I guess we got to know him while he was at the Plumber Center, which is the work release facility in northern Wilmington. And he'd been out, I guess, about 3 weeks before he got in touch with me. And, we got him to the meeting, and he was kind of filling us in on how everything had been going. And he said, they kind of messed up. I applied for social services, help and food stamps and Medicare, or Medicaid, and none of it is ready. There's nothing waiting for me out here. And he said, I don't have any money for food. And I was about to, tell him that, I'll get his address so I could send him some food cards at the end of the meeting, or get stuff in the mail to him. And one of our members, a guy who's been out of prison about 6-7 months, he just jumped right in and he said, what time do you get off work tomorrow? The guy said 6:30. He said, call me at 6:30. I'll pick you up. I'll take you to a grocery store, and we'll get you your food for the week. And this man doesn't have a whole lot of money of his own. He's been, he lives in a halfway house. And yet, seeing somebody else that was hungry, he beat me so fast to the draw, and more than just, I'll get stuff in the mail to you, we'll get together, and I'll take you, and we'll get that food. Don't you worry. And, I've said so many times to people that these guys that I meet through New Beginnings, the guys that I meet in prison, the guys that I meet coming out of prison, they are my teachers. And I think people assume that's hyperbole or, just poetry, and it's not. What I've come to understand, and Greg Boyle at Homeboy has given language to this, which I never really was able to do. But our job is to go to the margins, not to fix anybody or to save anybody, just to stand there, just to be with them, so that if enough people stand there, it won't be the margins anymore. And you don't go into a New Beginnings group thinking that you're going to change anybody. What you hope is that you go into a New Beginnings group and it changes you every single time. Every single year after year, it continues to change you. And that's why it's been such a gift to be involved in this program. And I did see, Donna, I did see your request, and Cheryl, I saw yours, so I'll get to them right after this. 2 weeks out of prison, standing at the door of the man who'd married his ex-wife, the man who'd been providing for the family he had lost, taking his place in his child's life. He'd hidden down the block and watched his ex-wife drive away. He'd seen his little boy drive off with her. He rang the bell and waited till the man answered the door. And to that frightened man he said these words: "Thank you for loving my son." I know he thought I abandoned him. It's good to know he's got someone. Thank you for loving my son. Humbly he stood there speaking through that locked screen door, with a grateful feeling in his soul of years he'd wake in prison, knowing someone kind would pour Cheerios into his child's bowl. He said, I know from his mother that you treat him as your own, that the boy's been growing strong and true. He's better off without me, so don't tell him I was here. Mister, I just had to say to you, thank you for loving my son. I know he thought I abandoned him. It's good to know he's got someone. Thank you for loving my son. Man just said you're welcome. He unlocked that screen door. They shook hands and he turned and walked away. Must have walked for hours and he stopped into a church. He prayed and in his heart he'd heard a voice say, thank you for loving my son. I know he thought I abandoned him. It's good to know he's got someone. Thank you for loving my son. Thank you for loving my son. So one of the requests was for an old song of mine called Old Paint, which was recorded by the great Chris Ledoux. And my friend T-Shirt Kathy down in Florida sent me a video last night of this song put to footage from Bonanza. It was so cool, man. It was Little Joe and Cochise, you know, riding the range to my words and an old melody. Anyway, if you Google it, just Google Old Paint, Little Joe, and Cochise. It's neat for a kid who grew up watching the guys from the Ponderosa. Riding back from town tonight, I don't need the trail moonlight. This old horse knows his way home. He's on track. I just saw the video, so I should know the song. He's on track just like a train. This old horse knows his way home. He takes detours, but this old horse knows his way home. He waits faithfully to save me from card games and saloon ladies. This old horse knows his way home. When my heart or pay is gone, I climb up and just hold on. This old horse knows his way home. Cowboy blues fade to black in an old bunkhouse rack. And so I whistle back in the saddle again. Cowboy blues fade to black in an old bunkhouse rack. And so I whistle back in the saddle again. Riding back from town tonight, out on the trail moonlight. This old horse knows his way home. I don't have to touch the reins. He's on track just like a train. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way. I used to be a pretty good whistler, and I just discovered that I'm not anymore. Somehow, in the last few years, I have forgotten to whistle. And when you reach your 60s, if you forget to do anything for more than a week or two, you stand to lose that ability. So we won't go too deeply into this subject, but suffice it to say that it's important to... I would while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. That wasn't too bad. And my head I'd be scratching as my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts I'd be thinking, I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. This was unscheduled. I don't have to know these words. Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. just enough in my head, all full of stuff, and my heart all full of pain. I'd be sad, I'd be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain. Jan says that brings back memories of the oyster bar. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know. I'm sure there's people watching tonight that have discovered me in the last couple years, and there's folks who've been watching me since I was banging around the bars in Westchester and down at the beach. So let me know where it is you hopped on the Flynn train and see if there's a song from that era that you associate with those shows, and if there is, maybe I can dust it off for you one of these Friday nights. So this one's for Donna. And I learned that Greg and Marianne, who are frequent viewers of our Busk After Dusk, actually liked this song so much that they named their house Beneath Tall Trees. Got a sign out front on the fence. That was quite an honor to discover that. I appreciate you guys letting me know. And it's the reason I think that song was in the back of my mind when I found our home here in northern Delaware. We have a beautiful lot with probably about 50 or 60 tall trees on a half acre, which has caused some excitement in the last few years as the velocity of the breezes have picked up. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm very blessed to live beneath tall trees. If tomorrow you should call and I don't answer, don't look for me, for I will not be here. The heart can grow so weary in the dancer that moves to music he no longer hears. And so I shall leave a while this city, and the crumbling promise of its walls. Roam again the fields where I did once play as a child. Run till I can run no more and fall beneath tall trees. I lay these burdens down beneath tall trees. In the hills beyond this town, there are groves wherein the cares blow from my heart like falling leaves, and I will rest myself in these beneath tall trees. God bless those who labor in the vineyards. God bless those who drink the vineyard wine. Somewhere in between the saint and sinner are those too tired and frightened to be kind. I will be the wind and sky's companion, walk in leaning grass and breathe new air. Leave behind this steel and concrete canyon. Search for what I've lost in here out there beneath tall trees. I'll lay these burdens down beneath tall trees. In the hills beyond this town, there are groves wherein the cares blow from my heart like falling leaves. And I will rest myself in these beneath tall trees. I'll lay these burdens down beneath tall trees. In the hills beyond this town, there are groves wherein the cares blow from my heart like falling leaves. And I will rest myself in these beneath tall trees. Christine says the sound is dragging. I'll try not to do that anymore. I don't know what to tell you. I got a tin can on my end. You got a tin can on your end. There's a lot of string in between. Maybe if we pull it tighter, I don't know. So anyway, this is, as you are probably sick of being reminded, this is viewer-supported internet programming, and I appreciate. It seems easier to say we. It doesn't sound so, but it's me. It's just me. I appreciate any support you're able to provide. I was sitting here earlier singing Homeward Bound, I'm sitting in a railway station, got a ticket for my on a tour, one night stand, suitcase and guitar in. Let me stop us neatly playing for a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I guess I am homeward bound. That's just been the nature of the pandemic, and some gigs are starting to trickle in. We're putting together a few shows up in New England in March. I'll be in Quincy and Brockton, I think, and also over in Middleburg in New York. So we'll get a little tour going up there. A couple dates down in Florida, it looks like, in earlier that month, or maybe at the end of February. And I just booked a gig a few weeks from now, December 11th, in Kennett Square at the Kennett Flash. And it's been a long tradition that I did a show around the holidays to raise a little money for my friends at Camp Dreamcatcher, which is a therapeutic summer camp for kids whose lives have been affected by HIV and AIDS. And I've been volunteering at camp, doing shows there for 25 years, and raising a little money around the holidays for them as well. So a portion of the proceeds from the Kennett Flash show will go to Dreamcatcher. Normally we try to have some guest artists and really have a good time. This year it's just going to be me. It's a small dressing room, and I don't want to expose anybody to any unnecessary whatever. But I'm likely to be boosted up. I made my booster appointment today, although that was not possible because I haven't reached the golden age of 65 yet. But since everything just changed and they changed the rule, I got an appointment for this week. And so if you're into that sort of thing, that crazy live music getting together, I'm pretty sure it's a kind of a distanced and masked audience. But I'm looking forward to it. So let me hide that silliness and do another song or two here. I guess I've managed to talk away most of the evening. I said to Beth, I don't have anything planned. Maybe I'll just talk to everybody, and she just kind of rolled her eyes. So hopefully I wasn't too blabby. Oh, I know. I'm going to do two more. It's my show. I can go overtime. Because Heidi wanted to hear one. Although it was in despair, it longed for peace, and so your spirit laid your anger down to stay free from your prison. You forgave me, trapped within a heart that hated. I too was incarcerated by scars someone else inflicted. Never could I have predicted mercy could save my life. Could mercy found me when I was thirsty? Condemnation, mercy, my salvation, mercy. Could not ask for mercy. Redemption cried, you're worthy to be blessed with His mercy and sweet forgiveness. So much had been taken from me, fear and rage I felt help numb me. Two wounds even I could not see, to my very humanity you reached, but I doubted when you told them you forgave me. Then you met me and I realized that I saw within your eyes mercy. I lied because mercy me when I was retribution, mercy was my solution. Mercy, pride could not ask for mercy. Redemption cried, your word would be blessed with His mercy and sweet forgiveness. Sweet forgiveness. Change, mercy gives, but it takes mercy for our mistakes. Forgive us our trespasses, raise us up from these ashes, lashing out with hell's own fury. I'd been your judge and jury, enraged every time you pleaded innocent, though you proceeded. Proved though you felt forsaken in those years that I had taken. From this wrong good comes some justice, and now you taught me to trust this. Mercy saved my life. Mercy found me when I was thirsty for better vengeance. Mercy commute my sentence. Mercy, I could not ask for mercy. Redemption cried, you're worthy. Blessed with His mercy and sweet forgiveness. Sweet forgiveness. thinking about mercy this week, and it occurred to me that forgiveness requires intention, and mercy requires grace. So you start with the intention, and you fight with that, and you wrestle with that, and eventually the grace comes. So don't let the anger eat you up. I'm not saying stay quiet. Raise your voices. Let your heart be known in the world, but don't let the anger eat you up. Silver life flashes by you. Your time on earth is all gone. I figure since my life's been music, I hear those last moments in song. Every song I ever heard will play inside my heart. It will be a symphony. Every voice I ever loved will sing inside my soul. Friends will come to sing me on my way. Now some folks remember in pictures, and though these blue eyes have been blessed to see their share of this world's beauty, one day when I go to my rest, every song I ever heard will play inside my heart. It will be a symphony. Every voice I ever loved will sing inside my soul. Friends will come to sing me on my way. Thank you for the love and for the laughter. Your sweet kindness has filled me with hope. Our roads may one day lead us back together. Until they do, and even if they don't, every song I ever heard will play inside my heart. It will be a symphony. Every voice I ever loved will sing inside my soul. You'll be there to sing me on my way. Friends will come to sing me on my way. Come on, my friends, sing me on my way. All right, you guys have a good week. Thanks for checking in. If you're enjoying these shows, I hope you'll invite some friends and neighbors. Everybody's welcome. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you soon. And then I just press this button like this.